What's up, guys? Dr. Matt here from Precision Chiropractic, and as promised, I want to bring you a mobility routine that you guys can do, whether it be before your workouts, first thing in the morning, to loosen your body up. We'll go through some other soft tissue mobility stuff another time using foam roller and lacrosse balls and peanuts and all these cool little pieces of equipment, but for today I want to show you a movement routine that you can do to whether it be start your day or get yourself prepared for a workout. So the first thing that you're gonna do, and we always have a visitor here. Every time I try to get on the yoga mat, our cute little pup always comes out and interrupts us. So we're gonna see what we can get done with her here. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna start from the base, from the feet, from the bottom of our body, and we're gonna work our way up. So we're gonna go ahead, first start out in the down dog position. In yoga, that's what it's called. And so what we're gonna do is we're going to get here in this down dog position, and then you're just going to pump your feet just like this. And what you're doing is you're working on mobilizing the bottom of your feet as well as opening up the backs of your legs, like your calves and your hamstrings. It's very difficult to get in a workout with her around. Then once you go back a handful of times, you can move your body back and forth a little bit. Then you're going to go down, get into a strong push-up position. Take the slack out of your shoulders, create torque in your shoulders there. Lower down, and then press up into an up dog. With this one, you want to feel the lengthening coming from the front of your body. So you want to squeeze your butt, pull your shoulders back, and lengthen the front. Don't sit back and compress your low back. And then push back up. And you can go through that a couple of times. So that's where we're going to start. Then we're going to stay down here in the bottom position. You're going to get as much as you can into a deep squat position, just like this. If you can't get your heels on the ground, put a little wedge, put a shoe or something behind your heel to lift your heels up. That'll help with you getting down into this position. Most people's limitation is not from their hip, it's from their ankle mobility or their low back. So if you can prop your heels up, that will help. Then what you're going to do is you're going to stay here, take your hand, press on the inside of your left leg and straighten your arm out and then back in. And you're going to pump this about 10 times. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then you're going to reach, same thing on the other side, 10 times. Moving that leg out, really opening up these hips. And we're not doing any static stretches here, because static stretches, what they do is they lengthen the tissues, but it decreases stability. And if you're going to do this before you work out, you don't want to decrease stability. You want to increase mobility, which is strengthening under load. You're loading the positions under full ranges of movement. So you're going to do 10 to that side. Then after that, what you're going to do is take your left arm inside of your right leg and then reach up and then back down and then reach up to the sky and back down. You're going to do that about 10 times. Same thing, left arm inside, right arm up. Then what you're going to do is just kind of rock back and forth like that. This really helps to hit all of the deep positions of that hip. So rock back and forth, left knee forward, right knee back, right knee forward, left knee back, and just kind of rock back and forth. Now for the last one down here, you're going to stay in this position, and now you're going to do toe touches. Be careful that you're not going around the joint. You want to stay knee in line with your toes. So you're going to touch your knee forward, and you're flexing that toe backwards. So come back, then right knee forward, then left knee forward. So these are knee touches, right knee, left knee. So that's where we're going to go there. Then the next thing, from here, we're going to go back into the down dog position. Then what you're going to do is bring your right leg forward, plug your left knee back, hand down on the ground on the inside of your right foot, and then reach up to the sky. Then you come down, reach up to the sky, and down, and reach up to the sky. Then you're going to switch Bring the left foot forward, same thing. Plug that knee up, square those hips. Get the feet nice and stable, hand on the ground. And then reach up. Now from there, you're going to stay in this lunge position. Keep that left foot forward, that knee back. And then you're going to reach forward, stretching the front of that right hip. And then what you're going to do is pull all the way back. And now you're getting that left hamstring. Right anterior hip capsule, left hamstring. Right hip flexor, left hamstring. And then you're going to floss that back and forth. Then you're going to switch to the other side. Same thing. Left anterior hip and hip flexor. All the way back to hamstring. Hip. Hamstring. Hip. Hamstring. Then a couple more positions down here at the bottom. Then you're going to get that left leg back forward again. And you're going to get a lizard stretch. So what you're going to do, you can put your knee down to start. If that's all you could do, that's fine. If you can go here and just lift that knee up and this is where you stay, that's fine. I'm going to show you beginner and then a little more intermediate. Here, and then you're just going to kind of rock back and forward. You can create some circles. You can lean in and out. You're going to stay here. More advanced is going to be down, then lift that knee up. And you can create some circles, some forward and backwards movement. Same thing, right leg forward. This one's a bit tighter for me, so it's a little bit harder for me to get in the position. But here, down, lift up, and then rock forward and backwards. You can add some circles into that as well. Then from there, we're going to do something standing up a little more. So what we're going to do is you're going to stand up real wide, just like this. Then these are what's known as Cossack squats. I absolutely love these. For these, what you're going to do is they're basically like a side lunge. So I'll show you beginner, and I'll show you a little more intermediate, and then I'll show you bonus. So the beginner is just here, and just gently going back and forth like that. You're only going down about a quarter of the way. Knee is staying back. You're leading with your hips, not your knees. I want to show you the difference. When you lead with your hip, your knee, it's that, where that knee translates forward. I want you to lead with your hip. Then your knee stays back and you're loading your glutes as opposed to putting that shearing stress on the knee. So that's level 1. Level 2, a little bit lower. Now you're going about halfway down, back and forth. Level 3, you go all the way down. Foot, heel down. Make sure that heel stays down. Squat all the way down. Then what you can do is you can either come up and go to the other side, or you can glide back and forth. Then, I told you I was going to give you a bonus one. Here's the bonus. You glide, you squat down, you go down to the ground, touch your knee, come back, and then, then you come back to there, and then glide to the other side, go back, touch your knee. I got to work on these more. Then from here, pop back up like that, glide to the other side. Those are tough. Here's the thing. If you're not sweating a bit and you're not getting a little out of breath doing your warm-up, you ain't doing a warm-up. So the last thing I want to have you do to warm up the legs is going to be what's known as the 27 squat. This is actually, I learned this from Kelly Starrett of Mobility WOD and the Supple Leopard. So what you do is you're working on training. Most people train just linear motion, right? Just forward and backwards. Then everybody tears up their knees, they tear up their ankles. So we want to work in different planes because that's real life. Real life isn't perfectly linear. It's stepping to the side. It's running this way. You're playing tennis. You're stepping off of a curb. Nothing is ever done perfectly straight. So we want to train all the different positions. So here's how that works. You start neutral, feet together, and you do a squat. Then toes out, squat. Then toes in, squat. Then left foot forward, but straight, squat, out, squat, in, squat, right foot forward neutral, squat, toes out, squat, toes in, squat. The reason why this is called 27 is because if you do 3 even, 3 with your left foot forward, 3 with your right foot forward, that's 9. And if you do 3 rounds of that, that's 27. So that's an awesome warm-up. Now, bonus, always bonuses. This is from Gymnastics Bodies. Coach Summer was a gymnastics coach for the junior national Olympic team. He ended up taking what he taught his gymnasts there and applied it to the regular population to build strength, resilience, and adaptability. So here's what I love, working the knees, not just in that linear plane, but really working the ankles and the knees in the side planes as well, is feet about shoulder width apart, knees together, and you squat down while pressing your knees together just like this. So you do about 5 reps like that. And that works the inside. Then the other one, you cross over, you sit down, and then back up. No rocking, no momentum, no hands if you can. That's the goal to get to. So you're down like this, and then maybe you lean forward slightly and then stand up. Then you cross the other leg over, same thing. Or if you do it this way, so you're down, up, and then you spin around. Now right is over left. You go down, up, you spin around, left's over right. So you alternate, you do 5 on each side of those. There is no better lower body warm-up than that. That's pretty much all you need and you are ready to go. So now we're going to move to upper body. So with the upper body, what I want you guys to do is we're going to start with arm circles. Most people, they do arm circles and it's like this. I remember in school, we used to do these and then these. Maybe that warms you up a little bit, but doesn't really get the range of motion that you're looking for. So I like the big sweeping arm circles. So you're here, you reach your hand forward as far as you can. You're creating as big of a circle as you possibly can. Once you get up to the top, internally rotate, pull back as far as you can, and down. Up again, reach, creating as big of a circle as you possibly can, palm back. Once you get to the top and you can't go anymore, internally rotate as much as you can, and then keep it as close to your body as you can. If you want to stand against a wall, that's a beautiful way to do it, because when you're against the wall, it really shows you where your limitations are, because you'll end up having to do this and you're turning around. The goal is to keep your body upright and create that 180-degree circle as big as you can, tracing it out with both sides. Then, next thing, what you're going to do is you're going to get down, tuck your toes, sit on your heels, knees on the ground, hands firmly planted on the ground, hand behind your head, elbow in, then reach up as high as you can. Here and up. That's working on thoracic mobility. So I'll show you on this side. So here, hand here, reach up as high as you can. If you're doing it on this side, like that, reach up as high as you can. That's what you're doing, is you're locking and stabilizing your low back while you're working on increasing mobility in your upper back, which is really, really important. Last thing that we're going to do here for the upper body is you're going to get down into a push-up position, and we're going to work on our scapula a bit, which is really important for mobility and stability. So you get down into a push-up position, then elbow straight, lower down, press as far as you can. Squeeze your shoulder blades, press up as high as you can. Squeeze your shoulder blades, press up as high as you can. That's amazing. If you do this well, it is really, really challenging. Then the last thing I want to do is we're going to warm up our wrists a little bit. So you're going to go into here, take your hands, point your fingers back towards you, spread the fingers out, and then sit back while you keep the hand firmly planted on the ground. That opens up the entire front side of your arm. Great for when you're sitting at the computer all the time as well. Another one, which this is what people don't do. Everyone does this, but here's another one. You do it the opposite way. So now instead of the bottom of your hands down, so you hold your hands like this, pull them in, put them on the ground like that. Keep your elbows straight, and then you can kind of rock back and you can move around side to side. And you should feel a nice deep stretch on this part, the posterior part of your arm. And then the last thing for your forearms, tuck your thumbs in like you're making a fist, like you're going to punch. Get down into a push-up position. Then what you're going to do is you're going to rock forward and then rock back. And you're going to add a little bit of weight to this. Rock forward and rock back. Rock forward and rock back. And what that helps to do is now you've just opened up the front of your arm, you've opened up the back of your arm, and you've opened up and worked on strength and stability in this lateral plane of the arm as well. Other than that, there are so many other things that we can do. We could probably add in, an hour of just mobility exercises. But I think that's going to be a really great start to get you going. And reach out to me if you have any questions or you need any help with any of these. We do boot camps on a regular basis to help people just improve the quality of their life through better movement. And so we would love for you to join us for that as well. So reach out to us, hit us up. We love to hear from you guys. We hope this helps, and add this to your routine every single day, and it's going to make a massive difference. Keep up the good work, guys.